Hi. We're here.
Wow.
Tess is over there.
She is. I can confirm.
I'm pointing this way, but my finger's pointing the opposite of Tess when I look at
Yes.
this.
It's so weird.
It is so weird. Hey, but you can read my shirt now, though.
Yeah.
Still not really sure why they reversed the camera stuff. Like, none of these people care.
No.
Man, we don't really care either.
That's kind of the whole point of this, right?
I care a lot about this thing.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. How's it going?
Hi.
We're 35 seconds in and talked about nothing, which is
Hi,
about right for us. Yeah. Hey, Bill. How's it going?
We were just talking about you.
We're just talking about you. Can't tell you what, but we were
all good things. All good things.
That's right. So tonight we're going to talk about books. We're going to talk about San Diego Comic-Con news, Fall Festival, not Fall Festival, EC.
Yep. I mean, we can talk about
Fall Festival. And then shows if we have time.
And jazz hands.
Yeah. Do a lot with my hands on these videos.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one thing I notice. I think that's why I try to do this all the time.
That's fair. And the more you can block me, the better off everyone is.
Hey, Kelly. Yeah, so I got yelled at last week because evidently the laptop was too close to us. I got yelled at by Phoebe. Phoebe yelled at me and said, "Can you do something about the laptop? Because you're a moron." So,
yes, an exact quote.
It wasn't exact. It's the way I read it. So it's an exact quote. And so we slid everything back. It's Wolverine.
Yeah, but there's an ad in there for
for the Thor one. Yeah. The Thor. See, Thor.
Oh my God.
I'm so Thor.
The mighty snore, god of slumber.
I wish.
Yeah. Yeah.
So lots going on.
Yeah.
Lots and lots. So you want to talk about news first? You want to talk about books first?
Let's go through the news first, because the books aren't that important this week.
Okay.
Wow.
Except for Amazing Spider-Man, we'll get there.
Yeah, okay. All right, so we're going to talk about some San Diego Comic-Con news, not necessarily what y'all think we're going to be talking about, because I honestly don't care about the Robert Downey Jr. stuff.
Who?
I just don't care. Like, people getting so upset over nothing. Like, really? Like, come on, people.
That's true.
That's fair. I learn. I also learn, Phoebe. It's fine. I got it. We're good this week, right? Like, I've drawn a line on the table. I know where to put the laptop every week now. I got it. I'm good. But first, I want to talk about Dynamite.
Yeah.
Like, so how can a company who a year ago basically sold books about boobs?
Yeah, like I have no idea what the content of their books were, but every cover was just like massive cleavage.
Warlord of Mars, Red Sonja,
Vampirella.
Yeah, Vampirella, Sheena, and all that. And then they've started doing these other, like, all ages animated stuff that kind of all ages, maybe a little bit more teenish. It's fine. But in case y'all didn't hear, here's their next slate of books. Ben 10, which that's newer. So some people, I know Ben 10, not everyone may, but I mean, that's even now 15 years old, if not older.
I think it might be a little older.
Really?
My kids watched it when they were little.
Oh, then yeah. They just did a new one. But anyway, so Ben 10, Captain Planet, the Herculoids, Thundar the Barbarian, and my favorite switcheroo, Dynomutt and Blue Falcon.
Yeah, these, like, Dynamite's been doing a really good job with a lot of nostalgia properties. Like, Thundercats has been fantastic.
Yeah.
The Powerpuff Girls book that just came out, I absolutely love.
Holy moly, was that
really good.
It was
so much fun. Yeah, I'm excited for all of those.
The Powerpuff Girl was such a good issue that Kelly Thompson wrote it. Yeah. So there you go. But she did such a great job of explaining explaining their personalities without explaining their personalities. And
Almost was a bunny.
I'm like, what in a luchador? Like how brilliant was
Yeah.
the way that
Yeah.
that setup was. But anyway, so these are new Dynamite properties that comics will be coming out starting later this year,
Yeah.
which is insane to me. Like, I don't understand.
So Thundar and Herculoids and stuff, those were cartoons I caught a little bit off and on. They weren't on regularly when I was a kid,
Yeah.
but I loved them when I caught them.
Yeah. Like, I love those properties, and I love Blue Falcon. Well, animated was Blue Falcon and Dynamite, but the comic is going to be Dynamite and Blue Falcon, which
Yeah.
is going to
Like there's some episodes of Dexter's Lab where Dynamite shows up,
Right.
that are phenomenal.
And Ben 10. I'm excited for Ben 10.
I'm excited to see what they do with Captain Planet, because right now at this point in time, they can either make it just like a little nostalgia thing and cutesy and whatever, or they could make it actually matter and mean something.
That's a tricky one, right?
Yeah, Captain Planet 30 years ago with a diverse cast of kids from all over the world trying to save nature. Like,
now what do we do?
Yeah.
We've lost that battle. Now what do we do? So anyway, I was really excited for the Dynamite news out of. I'm going to delete this now. I took notes this week, people. I took notes. I have lots of Lena pictures, so it's in between Lena pictures is other stuff going on. Wait, was this something too? Sure. And the next one is, in case you didn't hear, Joe Quesada is going to launch a new comic book company called Amazing Comics through Mad Cave.
Yeah, and like the people that we've met from Mad Cave have been really cool. Like, very nice people, very chill people. But the imprint itself is pretty small.
Right.
So it's interesting to me that Joe Quesada, who could have literally gone anywhere, really.
I would have thought.
Yeah, I mean, Joe Quesada could have gone to Marvel and been like, I want an Icon property. And I can't imagine they'd have said no.
Yeah. Like, I'll be honest, I didn't go into all like what Quesada's plans are, because I didn't care.
I subscribed to his Substack, and I know he sent out an email over the weekend about this, but I have not sat down to read it yet.
And like I said, I didn't deep dive into it, but I thought it was important news with all the movie stuff and show stuff that comic people may have missed.
And I'm really interested to see, I'm curious if he's going to bring back his old characters like Ash. Like, is Jimmy Palmiotti going to come with him and do some stuff? Because we haven't really had much Joe Quesada art in years.
No, he's done some covers and things like that. But like, I don't know what his whole plan is, but he's there.
I'll be honest, like, I would love to see him do a fantasy book.
Cool beans.
It is cool beans. I would love to see Joe Quesada do a fantasy book. I think that his style lends itself really well to doing like barbarian type stuff.
So yeah, so that's a thing. I have failed you on any other news on that, because I just thought it was interesting enough that he was doing a comic company through Mad Cave.
Through Mad Cave, which good for them. Like, I like it when the little small publishers that they've got a handful of books that I've really enjoyed. Their YA stuff has been really good.
And they're doing Dick Tracy, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. They're doing Dick Tracy books. Excellent.
Yeah. I picked up issue 3 the other night to read because I'm behind.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm behind on books in general, but I'm like, I'm going to read Dick Tracy. And like the first page is just like a dissertation. And like, I'm done. Too many words. I'm like, I'm too tired. Too many words for this.
I get it.
Because once again, the Dick Tracy book is awesome. Like, it is a pure detective book, and it is awesome. Let's see here. In case you didn't see it, out of San Diego, Marvel did a drone show with Galactus and Fantastic Four. Yeah, they did one for Deadpool and Wolverine. Don't care. Go watch the Galactus come up above the San Diego skyline.
It was really cool.
With drones. It was phenomenal. Like, it was like, holy crap, phenomenal. And then we got the circle with the 4 going through it. So that was pretty cool. Yeah. It could. I mean, actually, you're right, Bill. This is kind of a renaissance in comics. And you know what? I'll skip topics. That leads us in. DC's even going back to the Bullet logo.
Yeah.
right?
With the 4 stars.
Yep. They unveiled it for the new DC Studios, which is being, which Gunn is doing.
Yeah.
And then DC came out right after that, and they're like, we're going back October.
Yeah, something like that.
I think it's in October. All their comics, their trades, everything is going back to the old DC logo.
And apparently,
way before Tess was born.
Apparently, James Gunn lobbied to bring the old logo back, which I think is interesting. It says something.
Well, did he lobby or did he just kind of tell him?
He probably was just like, "We're gonna go back to the old logo, guys." Okay,
Yeah.
And they were like, "What?"
Yeah.
But like that, like the era that we had that logo, and it was like a 40-year long.
Yeah,
era. It was a really big. But like,
I went and looked after.
Yeah.
I'm like, so I was like, what was the years on that? Because it's been a long time. But yeah, it
that
was
was
a good
started
run.
in like the 70s,
Yeah,
right?
it started
and it was
in the
till like
70s.
2003.
It was something like
Something like
it was a
that.
long time.
So yeah, it had a good long run. But some of like the most iconic stories in DC were told under that logo, and it kind of gives me an idea of what the vibe of James Gunn's whole cinematic universe is going to be.
But I'm going to let you know now. Everyone get it out of their system. Go ahead and hit the interwebs and start complaining, because your volume 6 of Nightwing is going to have a bullet logo where your volumes 1 through 5 is going to be the old logo. So you're going to be mad. So just go ahead and do it now, because they've already said that they're changing their trade dress.
I think they should send us sheets of stickers
Yes.
with the new logo that are the right size to put on trade paper.
Yeah. So go ahead and beat your drums and be mad that my books don't line up. It's fine. It's
Okay.
It's okay.
Take a deep breath.
Yeah, just enjoy going back. As the people say, enjoy going back to a simpler time in comics when people were stuffed in the refrigerator. But anyway,
only that one person. It was fine.
It only took one.
Normally only takes one.
So that was really cool, though. Like that was the news that some people may have not noticed, but I thought it was really cool. I was like, okay, that I'm excited for. Let's see here. Tommy sent me that Transformers did a Knight Rider Transformer, but it sold out today. So
yeah,
I think Bots got a hold of it. It was the Kit. They made Kit as a Transformer, so
it looked really cool too.
It looked really cool. So that came out. Let's see here. The Marvel Drone Show I talked about. For the people that really want to be in the know, it was the 25th anniversary of the movie Mystery Men,
which is really the top story for
which
San
is
Diego.
really for me was the top story, considering I single-handedly kept that movie in the theater for its whole 2 weeks. I love that movie.
It is a delight.
Man, I love that movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was the 25th anniversary of that. Gail Simone is going to be writing a Red Sonja novel, and then she's going to be writing a She-Spawn comic.
And James Bond.
And Bond.
Yep.
James Bond.
She's going to be everywhere.
And there was so much Berserker news.
Yeah, so the guy who wrote one of the writers on The Batman is show running a Berserker animated series and he's also going to be, I think, the director of the feature film, and it's all for Netflix.
Yes.
So all of that is currently in the works. Like Keanu was there, like hyping everything up.
So they talked about the new comics coming out. They're doing a novel that was there. Mm-hmm. The most adorable thing there, I don't know if you saw it. So while Keanu was talking about it and he was up on stage, there was some guy, his name's Todd McFarlane or something.
Never heard of him.
Yeah. So some hack, I guess. He showed up on stage and McFarlane Toys made a Berserker figure.
Oh, I did not see that.
And he played with it. He gave it to Keanu and Keanu played with it the whole time.
God, I love him.
Yeah. He sat there and he played with the figure the whole time. I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
So that was pretty good. The Eisners were there.
Yeah.
And
Nightwing. I saw Tom Taylor. They won for Nightwing.
Yeah. Actually, it was, I think, I'd have to ask Jacqueline, but I'm pretty sure that everyone I voted for won.
That's awesome.
Which was pretty cool.
Somna won, right?
Somna won. Somna won. Yeah, won. And then Tamaki actually, she won for roaming, and then she won the Inkwell Award, which is like a lifetime thing. And Magnola,
I saw that Don McGregor got a lifetime award,
yeah,
which made me, I love him.
Yeah, Magnola got introduced in the Hall of Fame, and someone else. I don't have the list. I think we're going to do another show on the Eisners because the Eisners pretty much got everything right this year.
So weird.
It is really weird that once again, I mean, you're stuck with people like me voting, right? So let's be fair. It's all right. But it was a very good year for the Eisners in the way that it played out. So I think we're going to do a whole nother show on that because we'll pull all the books and then go through it. Jacqueline and I talked about that, and we'll probably, it might be all four of us or something.
Okay.
Doing something soon on that, hopefully soonish. But that was a great thing that was handled. I missed the TMNT pizza restaurant. So if anyone who was in San Diego on Thursday night, I think the Turtles set up an entire pizza restaurant.
Yeah, I saw pictures of it.
So just so you know, I'm just mad, right? I'm just letting you know that I didn't get a slice of pizza from the Turtle restaurant. I'm mad.
Well, it would have been like chocolate and anchovies.
Don't care. Do not care. Like I would have gone to San Diego just to get a slice of pizza and had to come back home just to eat at the.
We talked about it last week. This is the first year both of us have been like, man, I wish I was at San Diego.
Yeah, I really do.
So much cool stuff happened with so many people we like.
Yeah, it was really. There was a lot of people were there. Everything seemed to be handled very well. Everyone was spread out. They do a good job there. The only real crowds that I saw was when people were waiting to get in line first thing in the morning. And I've gotten to the part in my life where I don't have to be in line first thing in the morning. Yeah. I can wait 2 hours and go in late and walk right in.
So I have seen today at least 3 people I know have COVID after leaving San Diego. And one other person has COVID symptoms, but they keep testing negative.
Yeah.
So they probably have COVID.
Yeah. I mean, that's not a shock.
Yeah.
Right. That's not I would like to say I'm shocked, but I am not shocked. And then we can talk about movies if you want.
Absolutely.
We've got Avengers Doomsday in 2026 and Avengers Secret War in 2027.
And like everybody's talking about Robert Downey Jr., but I care more that the Russo brothers are back,
right,
to make these movies. That just guarantees they're going to be great.
And so I think that's the part that not made me mad because I didn't care enough, right? But that's the part that irritated me is like everyone like broke the internet when he was announced as Doom.
Yeah.
But I'm like, it's Russo's is writing this movie, people.
Don't. However they do it, I don't care. It's going to be good.
It's not going to be done poorly. Number one, and odds are it's just a variant. Like it's not going to be your Doom you're going to get in your Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah.
Like it's not that Doom, right? To begin with. And imagine the emotion that's going to happen when Peter sees Tony's face as Doom.
Whoa.
That's going to be crushing.
So the guy currently writing the Ultimates miniseries went on all of the social medias and was like, when Ultimates number 4 comes out, you're going to see how Robert Downey Jr. is going to be Doom. And I'm like, what? Yes. They're letting this guy who I don't really know anything about other than he's writing Ultimates do. I don't know. Whatever, man. I'm excited to.
But it's the Russo brothers writing 2 Avengers movies.
Yeah, I'm in 100%. I can't
why?
Wait. And
I just don't understand.
All of the stuff they showed us from Fantastic Four looks amazing. The whole aesthetic of the movie is perfect.
And like, do you like in my mind? I think Robert Downey's done enough to where he's not going to just show back up and do something.
Yeah,
like I'm going to put it out there. Marvel's been cutting him a check every year since he's begun movies, and that includes the years he's not doing movies, right? So he doesn't really need to show back up.
Right.
To do a movie. Like this is not Robert Downey needing money. It is not a money move. It is legitimately something that obviously he thought was good enough to do.
And I really thought like once that man won an Oscar, no way he's coming back to the MCU. Yeah. And he was just like, you know what? These movies are fun.
Yeah.
I will come back.
Yeah. And it's like, why?
Yeah.
Like, why won't you just wait?
Which is, I'm guessing, how they got all the cameos in Deadpool and Wolverine. Like,
spoiler alert.
There's a lot of cameos, a lot of people, like a lot. It's amazing. It was really fun, really silly. Yeah, a lot of cameos.
You've been hanging around me too much with your a lot. You gotta pick that up for me.
I got some axolotls.
Axolotls.
See here. Yeah, so evidently, poor Robert Downey. The Fantastic Four movie stuff looked really good.
I saw some interviews with the cast, and they are having a great time.
Yeah.
And like an interviewer asked them, like, who's got the coolest costume? And the dude playing the thing, he's like, me. I get to be in pajamas the whole time. And I'm like, yeah, it's fair. He's like, I just have little dots all over me, and I'm just in pajamas. This is great.
Yeah. So all exactly. So all that was like that was pretty cool stuff. They announced how the Batman movie, whatever universe that was called.
Yeah.
They gave it a universe name. It's not Elseworld, but like sure, whatever.
Yeah, it's fine.
It was
whatever.
Fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was a little bit of news about like the Green Lantern show.
Yeah,
they just were just like, hey guys, remember we're doing this?
Yeah.
And then like Marvel announced like a whole slate of things to come. Like X-Men's coming out in July of 2031.
Sure.
Like that. And
Wow.
then we're getting a Beast Disney Plus series, a Wolverine movie, a Storm. I think that was a Disney Plus. I don't know. It's a lot. There's a lot of X-Men standalone stuff before we get an X-Men movie, which cool. Like introduce some characters first and let us get to know them and then introduce them. I love that idea.
Let's see. We got a Scarlet Witch movie, a Wolverine movie, a Beast Disney Plus show, a Star-Lord Disney Plus show, a Jean Grey movie, the Marvels Ultimates, Storm movie, which is a movie, Storm movie, Heroes for Hire Disney Plus show.
I'm hyped for that.
Captain America Symbol of Truth movie, and Mutants Disney Plus show, The Coming of Galactus, which is the Fantastic Four movie, which is in May 2nd, 2031. So everyone, Free Comic Book Day, 2031.
Yeah, that'll be the second Fantastic Four movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah, they really...
They laid it all out for
and
us.
I think one of the reasons they did this is because they had to scrap all their Kang plans.
Then X-Men movie. Yeah, so they did. So they announced this with The Coming of Galactus. Everyone left Studio M. And then that's when they all walked outside. And then the Galactus started coming up above the skyline. And it was all drones. And so
I need to look that up.
Yeah,
it looked amazing.
It was really cool. Like I've now watched it 2 or 3 times. It's just really well done. Like it is really well done.
And if you're into the Boys universe, they announced a prequel series starring Jensen Ackles as Soldier Boy, and they're bringing back the Nazi woman whose name I can't remember. And it's going to be set in the 50s. It's like the Rise of Vought or something like that, and it's going to be like a murder mystery thing where we get to see the original group of heroes from the 50s doing stuff. I'm going to watch it because I love how ridiculous The Boys is.
And they did a short trailer for Star Trek Strange New World Season 3.
Oh my God. It was
so it's hilarious. A clip. They didn't do it. It wasn't a trailer. It was actually about a 5-minute show clip. And
it's just
poor Spock.
It's just God.
You should, if you like Star Trek, go find the Strange New World Season 3. It's like 3 to 5 minutes.
It might even be called a teaser, but it is.
It's a teaser clip.
Literally, it's like 3 minutes long or something. It's really funny and kind of mean.
It is both. And then from Marvel Comics, we're getting a new West Coast Avengers, which is going to be Iron Man, War Machine, a apparently reformed Ultron, Spider-Woman, and Firestar.
It's a wild team. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Then we get a Ultimate Universe year in Number one, it's just a one shot. So if you're reading the Ultimate books, everything is in real time per that book. So this book is going to come in 1 year in. So this Ultimate storyline actually ends December 2025.
Wow.
Because that is when the time is running out in the Ultimate book.
All right.
So every month is a month.
Wow.
And that's how they're doing. That's how they're doing it. So they're doing this one because 1 year in means that the maker has been trapped in its bubble for a year.
Yeah.
And his cabal is running everything. So the way they laid out the Ultimates, I thought was really cool.
Yeah. I'd forgotten about the time frame thing.
So the whole time frame thing is built in part of that. So they said the storyline itself is going. They got one more new Ultimate book they're going to introduce, ongoing later this year, but that whole thing ends.
Cross your fingers for Howard the Duck.
You're not getting Howard the Duck. Just stop. Just go ahead and let that dream be crushed.
Fine.
The other thing that's coming out is there was something else I thought. Oh, they're doing a Fantastic Four promotions next year. That's going to be like Fantastic Four First Steps, which is going to be some backstory on the characters like they normally do.
It would just be baby pictures.
Yeah, exactly. It'd just be that. So that was kind of the big comic stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't a whole lot. They talked about the Moon Knight stuff that's coming out, but we already know. Like they talked about stuff that we already knew.
I'm impressed that all right, so we're getting this Moon Knight anthology book called Phases of the Moon Knight, and I'm like, how have they never used that title
never
before?
Done that? Yeah.
Yeah. That's beautiful.
Like even if the book is terrible, the title is amazing.
Yeah, I'm getting just for the title. I guess the big news from the Spider-Verse was that the fact that in Spider-Boy 12 there's going to be a new Spider-Girl.
Yeah.
So that was spoiled.
And let me tell you who loves it, the Spider-Man subreddit. They love it. They don't. They don't love anything. Anything spider related, they hate.
Wow.
It's the weirdest place I've ever been.
Yeah. I think the whole Spider-Girl thing was supposed to be a secret. For if you go listen to Dan's stuff, but he was like, yeah, sure. It's out now. So that's a thing.
Yeah, well.
That was all I had on my list for the biggest news. I mean, we talked the movies. People probably didn't miss the movies, but the comic stuff wise.
Yeah.
Like once again, the Dynamite was the biggest comic news
so excited.
Stuff. I mean, Quesada's starting his own comic company with Mad Cave.
Here's the thing though, with Joe Quesada, like his art's always stellar.
Right.
But sometimes his writing is not as stellar.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, but I don't he may not be doing that much.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
I have no idea.
Yeah, like if it's I don't know if it's gonna be like him doing some books or him like directing other people doing books.
Oh, and I guess from the DC comic side, they actually talked about the new
the absolute
stuff.
Yeah,
they talked a lot about especially like Absolute Wonder Woman got talked about a lot.
Yeah.
Because that universe is going to be a little bit darker than everything else, but they were talking about like she's going to be written as she's still got that kind of hope, maybe not much, but
yeah.
So they talked a lot about the Absolute stuff.
Yeah, I read a lot about the Absolute stuff because when they first announced it, I was super excited. I love the designs of the characters. I like the creative teams, but then like I saw the taglines like, what if Batman didn't have any money? And what if Superman didn't have any hope or so? I don't know. It sounds
didn't have any hope.
Sort of like a little edgelordy, a little like we want to go back to Dark Knights, but do something a little different.
Well, so
we'll
I can say this: the last time that DC went through this, they did it all with their main characters. At least this time, they're doing it with a different universe to not mess up what they're doing.
Yeah.
Because if you also didn't hear, Justice League's coming back
with an interesting lineup.
Actually,
Booster Gold's there. That's all I care about.
Tommy's going to read as soon as I saw the lineup, I went, crap. I'm going to have to listen to Tommy talk about this book like every week now. Even when the book's not coming out, he's going to talk about this book. So that was an interesting thing. And then the other big thing is for Action Comics is God, who's the team on writing? You and I had this conversation.
We did. Man, we're good at
it's Action the Detective is actually.
So Tom Taylor is going to be writing Detective.
Yeah, there you go. Tom, right.
I am.
There we go.
Really excited for that. Like we've been saying for a long time.
Oh, Mark Waid and Tamaki.
Oh, right.
Mark Waid and Tamaki is writing Action, and then Tom Taylor is actually writing Detective.
Yeah, I want a Detective. I want a Detective Comics where Batman is a detective.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was the conference when it was announced. The first message I got was from Tommy sitting there going, "Haha, you're going to be reading Detective." Like, dang it. Yeah, if Tom Taylor gets the bats, he gets the Bat family big time.
Yeah, he does.
And his Superman is just going to be fun with Tamaki and Mark Waid writing like that.
And then what did they announce for Dan Mora? He's
drawing Superman. I think.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm so excited for that.
Yeah.
I mean, Dan Mora drawing anything, I'm excited for. But
yeah,
Superman is going to be amazing.
Saw a sketch that he did of Spider-Man.
That's what I want more than anything.
Well, if you see the sketch that he drew of Spider-Man,
I want it even more.
You're gonna be really mad.
God. Why can't we put Mark Waid and Dan Moore on Spider-Man?
God,
that would be the most fun.
Yeah, just go pay him money. Just go pay him money.
Yeah,
just can we get that?
That would be so much fun.
All right, so we'll stick with that news for now, so we can get to some comics. If y'all have questions or you think of something we missed, please type it right in.
Yes.
Because
we have basically 10 minutes to talk about everything else.
Whoops.
All right, well, this will be quick.
Yeah.
If you enjoy short Disney cartoons, this is perfect.
This is What If Donald Duck Became Wolverine #1. It's a one-shot.
And they basically Donald is trying to be lazy and not do superhero stuff anymore. And Mickey Hawkeye comes and he's like, "We need you to go do this thing." And he's like, "No, I don't do that anymore." He's like, "Yes, you do, because you're gonna do the thing you do the best." And he's like, "What is that? Be angry." Like literally, the whole book is just jokes about Donald being mad.
Yeah, there you go.
It's super fun and silly.
Blood Hunt #5.
So this is the end of the
Blood Hunt.
The end of the Blood Hunt.
We have now found the blood,
but like
we don't have to hunt it anymore. It took us 5 issues, but we have found all the blood.
So I don't want to spoil anything about the end of this issue, but it sets up the next, what I think is going to be the next big, terrifying story arc for Marvel.
Yeah, that's going to be brutal.
Yeah, it's going to be really cool.
You'll probably understand some stuff.
Yeah.
You'll probably understand some movie stuff.
Yeah, there's a promo piece of art that came out of San Diego this weekend. That is the very last page of this book. After the credits and after everything else, it's the very last page of the book. And I don't want to show it because it's going to spoil the end of the book, basically.
If you've been reading
it. But man, I did not think I would care about this at all. And they did a really good job of pulling me in. And then this issue has me like, I cannot wait for the next part of this saga. Anyway.
Which is a completely different book.
Yeah. Blood Hunt was really good. I am shocked.
We'll do Tess's pick of the week next.
Yeah. Bitedentity Crisis.
Which is Super Pet Special Bitedentity Crisis. It's a one-shot, just like they do most of their pet stuff.
It's pretty great.
I will tell you that the first story in this is the best. Right. Yeah. It really is.
It's amazing.
Because it's the whole like Super Pets Justice League plus Bitewing.
Yeah.
Bitewing.
And
I
so
love her so much.
she finally joins the Super Pets, and you kind of read it and you're like this is just really great. And then it gets to the end and you're like, this is the best thing I'm going to read this week.
Yep. It's true.
It is truly, Haley is truly Nightwing.
Yeah. And it's an anthology book. So there's 5 stories in this, I think?
4 or 5.
4 or 5?
Yeah.
The other really good story in this
1, 2, 3, that's 5
is a character I forgot existed. Jarro.
Yes, the starfish.
He's like basically a starro that has become self-aware and whatever. And I forgot he was used during Dark Knights.
Yeah.
And like he was made a Robin during Dark Knights.
Right.
So the whole time he was just like, nothing else matters. I'm a Robin. It was really cute.
And then I will tell you, your third story in here is just going to make you cry.
Yeah, it's rough.
It is rough.
Yeah.
If you are a pet lover, it is rough. And I was, no pun intended. I was actually shocked that they put that story in here.
Mhm.
Like I was like reading it. I'm like, so how is like, wait, what?
Yeah.
So, but the first story is the best. The Starro one, Star Joe, is just stupid.
It's
Stupid fun.
silly
It's
fun.
right.
I
It's just
really
silly.
enjoyed it.
The third one is basically the first story is worth the whole book.
Yes.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah.
The third story is if you want to feel things,
That's the one for you.
that's the one for you.
There's also one that's kind of written and drawn like a fairy tale.
Yeah.
That was really pretty, and it's about what's his name, Dexter,
Yeah,
the
Mhm.
Red Lantern cat,
the cat.
Yeah.
and he's like, it's like he's this angry god in the story.
So it was a take on the Little Prince.
Oh, was it?
Yes.
I've never read The Little
Yeah.
Prince.
It was a take on the Little
Interesting.
Prince.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
that
right.
was the,
It was really
That's-
pretty.
and you may not have noticed it, but that's
Yeah.
why if this
Oh,
is
the
written,
little-
the little
oh.
cat.
The little cat.
Yeah, so it was that was
Okay.
the name of that story. It was
All
a
right.
take on the Little Prince, is what
Oh
it
my God, did
was.
Jacqueline literally die?
I showed it to her, and she didn't really seem to care,
Oh
so
my
I moved
God.
on. Yeah,
Well, cats are angry.
yeah. So it wasn't the Little Prince.
They will bite you out of nowhere.
Stupid cats. Anyway, and the last one is the Amazing Spider-Man 54. So this is the end of the Goblin story arc.
This is my pick of the week, and I'm gonna say something that's gonna anger the Spider-Man fandom on the internet.
Can I just go and get mad now? Lynn?
Yeah,
Okay.
get angry. This book is proof positive that Zeb Wells gets Spider-Man. He gets Peter Parker. He understands the character and knows what he's doing. He actually, the end of this story arc solidifies him as a good Spider-Man writer. I don't care what anyone else says.
Well, I think more importantly, it solidifies him as a good Peter Parker writer.
Yes. Yes. He understands the character. And this book is basically a love letter to Peter Parker.
Yep.
That
There's a 2-page spread in here
yeah.
that should end up being a poster.
Yeah.
That
yes.
legitimately should be a poster on every kid's wall.
And like I'm looking back at Zeb Wells' whole run from his beginning, and he has basically picked up little threads of all these characters that I read when I was a kid, because I'm guessing these are the same books he read when he was a kid, and he loves them.
Yeah.
Like the Living Brain is not a character that gets a lot of love because
Right.
he's so weird and just like very much a throwback to the 60s.
But he used him
A
as a way
lot.
and as a way
Yeah.
to understand Peter,
And
which was insane.
but yeah, I really, really enjoyed this, and I've been looking forward to the next story arc, which is Zeb Wells' last story arc. And now I'm kind of sad it's his last one because I am now turned around. I'm a fan.
I will say Zeb is the first person to ever get me to like Norman Osborn.
Right?
I am not a villain person. I have never been a villain person, but the way that he handled Norman in this is, I never thought I would see a day that someone could make Norman Osborn sympathetic.
Yeah. And he did it.
And he did it. And he pulled it
Really,
off.
really
And
well.
That is not easy to do.
And
And I hate to say this, and Tommy, this may not mean much to y'all here, but for me to say this, Tommy's going to get it. Like, my two favorite characters in the two biggest books right now has been Norman Osborn and Lex Luthor.
so weird.
Like, that's insane for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the Lex Luthor and Superman.
And the thing with Lex is like his personality hasn't changed.
No.
Like he's still the same pompous jerk he's always been, but he's just like, okay, I kind of see where my flaw was.
Yeah.
Let me work around that.
Yeah. And like even to get Mercy to turn around.
Yeah.
And once again, I'm just
So weird.
like me to even care for a villain at any point in their
Yeah.
life is unlike me at all. But Zeb's done it here, like right.
Also,
like
he's made Kurt Connors and Jonah Jameson hilarious comedy duo, and Jonah's bestie Doc Ock's original arms. Like there's so much, and then Kamala Khan is just in this book as well, just because why not?
So my favorite line in here is actually Kamala Khan sitting there looking at Jonah, and Kurt is sitting there going, "I'm just still going to come out and say it, team. Say it, team. I got no help here. Where were you guys?" Like,
God, yeah,
Miss Marvel was handled so well in
Yeah,
here also
really
throughout
was.
this whole storyline. And I think they made her a little older. Like
Yeah.
Zeb made her older than she is in the X-Men in here.
Yeah,
Because she was working at
she was an intern.
she was an
at
yeah.
Oscorp. Yeah, I absolutely
Whoa.
loved it. This is easily my favorite issue of Zeb Wells' run.
We may come back to this because next week we may show this page.
Yeah, it's really good.
We may show this 2-page spread. I don't want to spoil it for anyone who actually reads Spider-Man,
but it's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It's going to end up going up there with one of the Peter Parker moments.
And this is what this 2-page spread is the one that made me realize that Zeb Wells loves Spider-Man the way that I love Spider-Man.
Well, it's because he told you.
Yeah.
He literally told
laid
you
it out.
He laid it out.
Yeah.
It's not a hint that I understand Peter and like him. It is he laid it out of I get it.
Yeah.
I get it 100%. So it is a huge spoiler in this book. So I'm not going to show that page at all. We may come back to it next week and show it, but we will not show it this week. But we may be worth showing next week.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. It 100% it needs to be a poster.
So Ed McGuinness.
Yeah, it's Ed McGuinness.
This is maybe my favorite book he's ever drawn. Like it's really good. I did not expect when Zeb Wells was announced as a writer of Amazing Spider-Man to enjoy it at all. I've never. This is the second happiest I've been to be wrong in my life.
Yeah, I was shocked. Like I just was.
Yeah.
Like, but I mean, to be fair, I've enjoyed most of Zeb's run. Like, it was a lot of fun.
It
like
was.
Like he started off strong, and like the middle stuff was great.
The crossover issues meandered a bit.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
but
they do.
But they do,
They
right?
do.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't really give.
Yeah, I don't think that's his fault. Much like the
Wonder Woman 11.
Yeah, the Absolute Power issue of Wonder Woman is
Wonder Woman 11.
Tom
I
King's fault.
sitting there going, wow, I cannot imagine that Tom King enjoyed writing that issue.
Yeah.
Like he's got this whole story laid out and he had to do this.
The first time this really hit me that writers must really hate that was Bill Willingham was writing Robin. And they did some sort of like city war something with Black Mask, and they crossed over into everything. So Bill Willingham had to stop what he was doing and for like 3 issues tell a different story and then try to get back on track to what he was trying to tell.
Yeah.
And like it lost steam.
Yeah.
Like he clearly at that he was just like, they don't care, I don't care, and I'm just gonna write whatever. Which sucks because that Robin up until that point was really good.
Yep. So anyway, it's kind of a 5th week this week, so there's some really good stuff coming out, but it's not huge. So it's a good week to come in and try other things.
It is. I'm gonna throw this up real quick. Probably not gonna talk about it much, but Ultimate Spider-Man comes out this week.
The new story arc.
Yep.
Beginning of the new story arc is in that. So that'll be out there. And then we've got in 2 weeks, we've got our EC launch party.
August 10th.
Yep. And we'll probably be doing a sale that day also to go along with our EC stuff. So be looking out for that. We'll talk more about that the week. That's the 10th.
Yeah, it's 10th.
So that'd be really cool.
Yeah, he says we're definitely going to do a sale. We will probably announce the details.
Him and Jacqueline has already decided.
Yeah, we've decided. We're probably going to announce the details of the sale on the Tuesday Night Live show.
I'm just here for my looks.
And then broadcast it wide on Wednesday. I think that's going to be the plan.
Wednesday.
Exactly.
we're still filming stuff for Cancel My Box.
Yep.
We've got, so all of that will kick off in September. So technically we're just over a little over a month away.
Yeah.
For all that
Coming
rebranding.
Soon. Coming soon to a computer screen near you.
Should I bring up the fact that you made Phoebe promise that there was going to be a logo this week? I'm
No.
going to bring it up because I want Phoebe to smack Tommy on the back of the head when he gets home. Do it, Phoebe. Do it.
Oh, look, we're out of time.
I had to bring it up.
Why is it so violent today?
Told him not to put that on you. No, that's his fault. No, you're being very sweet, Phoebe, to take that fall, but buddy, no. I was waiting on this to the end. I was like, oh, I got him. I got him this time. I told him last week, don't do it, man. Don't do it. He went for it.
I gotta go.
But anyway, yep. So we'll be filming more even next week.
Yeah. We're gonna get together next Wednesday. We're gonna cast some pods.
Tide Pods.
Tide Pods?
Yeah. I mean, we should have snacks. It's fine.
Then we need to start setting up some interviews.
Yep.
So Tess can do her interview.
Yeah.
Woo! I'm so excited.
We can wait a week because we'll let the people get away from San Diego for a week or two.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not going to hit them
Yeah,
up.
I haven't.
Not going to hit them up the week.
I've got some things I want to message Hunter about for the EC thing, but I figured I'd wait till like Thursday or Friday. let him get settled back in.
Yeah, because we need to be interviewing him, and we've got a whole bunch of stuff set up for anthology too.
Yeah.
So, but we've got everything set up for After Dark through the end of the year. That's once a month, but we got it Cancel My Box set up through the end of the year and February.
Yeah. Special Valentine's episode.
Yeah.
Aww. Stop doing that. I don't like that.
Have you not learned by now not to say things like that?
I know, but I had to. I'm going to screenshot that and make that my profile picture for you.
You're welcome. So I'm here to help.
Oh my God.
All right. Did you have anything, Tess?
No.
We'll let everyone go. We won't have news. So we'll talk more about our casting of pods and stuff next week, and get more into the EC stuff and a whole lot of stuff going on through the end of the year.
Yeah, we got a lot happening.
Yep. So lots going on. So, all right, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for commenting. Thanks for smacking Tommy on the back of the head.
That's the most. Yeah.
We will see you next time. Take it easy.
Bye.
Bye.